Hi all, today I'll be introducing you to a very interesting and a charismatic personality who can transform dull lives in a jiffy to a vibrant character. He's none other than Mr. Faria, the renowned personality development guru who runs a successful institution called Talk Temple. Hello sir, how are you?
I'm good, Anjali. Thank you.
So first and foremost, why the name Talk Temple?
Okay, nice question. In fact, that's a question I get asked most often. So, our whole focus in training, in transformation, is on communication. Okay, so that's the first word, talk. But talk is also internal. So, we have something called an internal dialogue. That's also an important part of our training. How the mind works, how we think, how we communicate that to the world, how we assess the world through the mind. So that's an inner dialogue. So there's an external dialogue and there's an internal one. That's talk. And temple, because we believe this is sacred stuff. This is actually the work of the universe. We are meant to communicate as human beings. So when we're doing work at a higher level, so it's not some frivolous stuff, it's not just talk for the sake of talking, but talking with the purpose. And we believe that purpose is ordained at a higher source. So temple comes from there. And if you combine these two, talk and temple, we think we have a winning formula.
So it's Talk Temple.
Yes.
So what are the different activities you conduct here?
In Talk Temple, most of our activities are based on number one, how do you think? Number two, how do you speak? But we have made it a little broad-based. We've focused on what we call the ABC as our base level program. A stands for attitude, or how we think, how we analyze, how we decide. B stands for behavior. What do we do? How do we dress? How do we move? How do we sit? How do we walk? Everything is about behavior. People see your behavior from far away. So if you don't fine-tune behavior, people don't think that you have much intelligence. Okay, so these two are connected. And then C is communication. That's what I talked about. Talk is about communication. We as human beings have to interrelate and we have to discourse everything. Yes, so this is the ABC formula. We add L if you're doing a leadership program. We add R if you're doing a relationship program, like how do you get along with people. So we do a ABCR or a ABCL, but ABC is constant. Our programs are all focused on the ABC, and then we add the remaining letter.
So how do you assess a person? So either in a group or individually?
I think that's easy when you have experience. So my assessment comes from 32 years of counseling. So like for instance, if I'm meeting you for the first time, straight away I get a profile in my mind of this is the kind of person Anjali is. But like for instance, a kid looking at a letter C-A-T sees them as C-A-T and then says C-A-T, cat. But an adult looking at the same letter sees cat as part of a sentence. And he reads the whole sentence. He doesn't have to analyze the word. So my assessment comes from many years of experience. And therefore I can read a person just like somebody reads a book.
Interesting. So normally what's the time frame to transform a person?
Our shortest time frame transformation is 1 minute. So I do a 1 minute transformation. I challenge people, come and do a 1 minute transformation with me. I guarantee you, I video you as you come in, I ask you a few questions. Then I give you 1 minute coaching and then I video you again. And between the two videos that you see of yourself, there's that much of a difference. And what I would have given you is just 1 or 2 small tips to change. And the impact is much bigger. So shortest time for transformation, scientifically proven, less than a second.
So what would you tell our viewers about Talk Temple?
I would say every one of us is destined to succeed, destined for greatness. And our whole philosophy is, how do we identify what in you is going to make you great? So we call that attribute value. So I'm writing a book on leadership, moving from influence to impact. And the one thing I'm driving in that book is, unless we find our value, we will never find our mission. So mission is overrated. I have to find my purpose, my mission. That you'll figure out as you go along. But if you find your value, what is it that you can give the world that the world will pay you for? So I define it like this. Value is a strength, a skill, a power, or an attribute that you have, that other people need, and are willing to pay for. The important thing is they should be willing to pay for it. If they're taking it for free, it's really not much value. So my suggestion to the world is, come, we'll do a free assessment for you. We'll find your value. We'll show you how to develop and maximize it. In other words, we'll show you how to exploit your value so you can find your greatness. That's my short message.
That was indeed a very interesting talk by Mr. Ayan Faria. If you're looking for a positive transformation in your life, then Ayan Faria and Talk Temple is the right place for you.